Kristen Ray. I am a junior at Fort Hays State University, and I am in Mr. Moody's Foundations of Education class. And this is my video on cultural diversity and how it relates to me. So let's begin. First off, I'd like to begin with this quote by April Holland that I really like. It says, "Embracing diversity is one adventure after another, opening new paths of discovery that connect an understanding to caring, listening, and sharing with others who are different than ourselves." And this is what cultural diversity means to me. Cultural diversity to me means learning to accept other people's and cultures' beliefs, yearnings, hopes, and dreams, as well as their people. So, my American culture gives me freedom, a choice of my own religion and beliefs, fair treatment under the law, choice in education, and privacy. Now a little bit about me and where I come from in my culture. I live in Greenleaf, I live outside of Greenleaf, Kansas. It's a small town up in northeast Kansas, kind of by Nebraska. In 2009, the population was 310 people. However, with the whole township, there's probably close to 450 people. But I live out in the country, so this right here is Main Street of Greenleaf. This was on a Sunday afternoon, so nothing was open. This right here is the co-op, which is probably the biggest thing that keeps the town going. And this right here is the filling station, and this is the only gas pumps that we have in town. There's like 3 of them, I think, right here. And this is our grocery store. It's connected to what we like to call the mall, but it's just a long building that has like the post office and a hairdresser and a little mini library of just books that people bring in that we don't want anymore. So people can go in there and check those out. This right here is our bank. And this is an old jailhouse, but it's not used anymore. And this is our cafe, but it's usually up for sale and it's not open very often. As you can see, it's for sale right now. And in the summer, this is the place to be for the kids, the swimming pool. It's pretty big for a town of our size, and it's pretty nice. This is where I grew up, pretty much, when I was a kid. So, my family. My family is the most important thing in the world to me. My dad is right here. He's a farmer. My mom, she's a nurse. My brother, he's 2 years younger than me and in college to be a farmer. This is me. And my sisters, they're twins, and they are freshmen in high school. And without my family, I don't know what I would do. But my family, for breakfast, we have pancakes a lot. Biscuits and gravy. My mom loves to cook, so she always makes them homemade. When we need something fast, we always eat cereal. And on weekends, we usually do something pretty simple like bacon, eggs, and toast. Now for lunch. We like hamburgers a lot and love taco salads. And sandwiches are pretty easy. And this is actually something that I made. And it's just chicken with some cut up potatoes and carrots and onions. And now for dinner, or what we like to call supper here. We eat spaghetti quite a lot, and vegetable soup, and fried chicken from chickens that we raise and butcher. And this right here is my favorite meal in the world, and it's Swiss steak, cheesy potatoes, a dinner roll, and baked carrots. My friends. My friends are the second most important thing in the world to me, and without them, my life would be so boring. But here's just us, a whole bunch of us, just having dinner at our house. This right here is at our graduation ceremony, and they're some of my best friends. And that's about it. Now, my hobbies. I grew up on a farm, so I do a lot of my stuff. I like to do things outside. But I do love to cook and bake, so I do that a lot. I also work at a nursing home and a hospital in the kitchen, so that kind of ties in with my cooking. And I love to watch kids. But I love to go four-wheeling and horseback riding. And here I am fishing one summer. And this is me and my little cousin Brigham. I spend a lot of time with him, and yeah, hanging out with him is probably my favorite hobby, if that's considered a hobby. And my favorite holidays out of all the holidays are Christmas, where Jesus' birthday, which we are celebrating pretty soon, Thanksgiving, and Easter, the death of Jesus. Those are my three favorite. However, other holidays include Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, St. Patrick's Day, just a whole bunch of holidays. And music. Music speaks what cannot be expressed. It soothes the mind and gives it rest. Music is one of my best friends, probably. I am constantly listening to music. There's never a moment where I don't have music on. And most of the time, 99.99% of the time, I will be listening to country music or Texas music, which would include people like George Strait, Casey Donahue Band, Brad Paisley, Tim McGraw, Chris Ledoux, Kyle Park, Mickey and the Motor Cars, just anything country. However, when I'm with my friends, they like to listen to the rap and the R&B, so we listen to that usually. And my school. I've been to 3 schools. This right here is my high school. It's a small high school. There is only 17 kids in my graduating class, 14 boys and 3 girls. And I think the total population when I graduated was less than 150. And it's a K through 12 school. After I graduated in 2009, I went to Cloud County Community College in Concordia, Kansas. It's just a small college. It was a lot like a high school, just a bigger high school. Everybody knew everybody. I liked it. It was a good start. And now I transferred to Fort Hays State University, and I really like Fort Hays because it gives me like the real college experience, and it's fun. So that's my school. And now things to do. Well, in my town of Greenleaf, there's not really much to do, but what there is to do: hang out with your friends and family, go swimming, help on the farm, or just do anything outside. I also play with my dog a lot, Jake, and I work, and that's about it. So, now, vacation spots. Vacation spots. There really aren't any vacation spots in Greenleaf. There are a few bed and breakfasts in the surrounding local towns where I went to school, in Lynn, and this is one of the locally owned bed and breakfasts. It's called Carol's Cozy Cottage. Other than that, there's really nothing. As for me personally, my favorite vacation spots would be like Wyoming or Montana or Texas, or I like going to the beach every now and then. So somewhere along those lines. And that is the end. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you now understand a little bit about my cultural diversity, and we'll see you later. Bye!